And what do you think of Netanyahu's? It's been a very long time now that Netanyahu's been pushing for tougher action, more aggressive action, more violent action against Iran itself. Does it make long-term strategic sense? Is it, as some people believe, an attempt for Israel to topple Iran as a serious regional power and to emerge as the preeminent regional power? And if so, is that necessarily a good idea for Israel?
I think that what you described has long been Israel's policy for dealing with its neighbors. The idea is to turn every country into Syria, to break apart different countries in the Middle East. I believe that ultimately what the Israelis would like to do to Iran is what they helped do in Syria. Of course, I believe the Israelis played a small role in breaking apart Syria. I believe the United States and Turkey played the key roles. But nevertheless, the Israelis were involved. The Israelis are thrilled by what happened in Syria, and they'd like to do the same thing in Iran. They want to break these countries into constituent parts. It's one of the reasons, by the way, Israelis and Israeli supporters have always been big proponents of creating a Kurdish state. When I first came to hear that the Israelis were interested in creating a Kurdish state, I wondered why that was the case. And of course, they wanted to create a Kurdish state because that would involve breaking up Syria, Iraq, Iran, and even Turkey. So the Israelis think that that is a good idea. All of this tells you, Freddie, by the way, that the Israelis are not simply interested in eliminating Iran's nuclear capability. I believe that if Iran were to give up its nuclear capability, were to give up all of its enrichment and reprocessing capability, that, of course, is not going to happen. But let's hypothesize that the Iranians were willing to do that. That would not put an end to the Israel-Iran conflict, because, again, Israel's ultimate goal is a much bigger goal, which is to break that country apart. Now, the question you have to ask yourself, is that a smart policy? I do not think that is a smart policy from our point of view. I do not think that we want to facilitate a war involving Iran that is bent on breaking Iran into different pieces. I think it'd be strategically foolish. I think the Biden administration recognized that. A war with Iran made no sense. And I think Trump understands that. So it's not in our interest. I actually think it's not in Israel's interest. I think that if you look at Israeli foreign policy today, you look at what they're doing with regard to ethnically cleansing the Palestinians, with regard to being deeply involved in Syria, deeply involved in Lebanon, alienating the Jordanians, alienating the Egyptians, wrecking their reputation around the world. I don't see what good this does for Israel. I think Israel is pursuing a foolish foreign policy. And I think trying to break apart Iran into a number of different states or just weakening it in a serious way does not make good strategic